जिंदगी की राहों में रंजो गम के मेले हैं, भीड़ है कयामत की फिर भी हम अकेले हैं।
अचानक एक कंपनी का बॉस हमको मिल रहा है और प्यार से बोल रहा है, नहीं आओ आप, हम आपको सपोर्ट करेंगे, आप हमको सपोर्ट करेंगे आप।
तो ये तो इस चीज से सब इंडस्ट्री में बहुत एक क्या बोलते हैं, बहुत डर गई थी इंडस्ट्री उस वक्त।
फिल्म जगत में क्या हो रहा है और क्या क्या घटनाएं घट रही हैं।
उन्होंने जितना सबूत पेश किया वो सारा सबूत अदालत ने मानने से इनकार कर दिया और अदालत ने बहुत सख्त शब्दों में ये कहा कि नदीम को इस मुकदमे में झूठा फंसाया गया।
एक वर्ड है अद्भुत, अगर वो किसी शख्स पे इम्प्लीमेंट हो सकता है तो वो गुलशन जी ही थे और उनके बाद कोई नहीं ऐसा।
मुंबई,
सपनों का शहर जहां पलक झपकते ही तकदीरें बनती और बिगड़ती हैं। ना जाने कितने लोग बड़े बड़े सपने लेके यहाँ आते हैं। उन्हीं में से एक ऐसे शख्स जिनकी जिंदगी सपनों की शक्ति का प्रमाण बन गई। From selling fruit juice in Delhi's Daryaganj to becoming titan of the Indian music industry, his life was a story of struggle, success and tragedy. A man who rose from humble beginnings and became the founder of T-Series, one of India's biggest music production companies. The Indian music industry has witnessed many legendary figures over the years, but few have left a mark as deep as the cassette king Gulshan Kumar. In this video, we'll look at his life, how he changed the Indian music industry that led to his untimely demise.
सभी को मेरा नमस्कार, जय माता दी, ओम नमः शिवाय।
But before proceeding, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. This will motivate us to bring more such content for you in future. Gulshan Kumar Dua was born on May 5th, 1951 in Delhi to a Punjabi Hindu family. His father was a fruit juice vendor in Daryaganj. Despite facing financial struggles, Kumar was determined to success and started working at a young age with his father. With time, they shifted their business from selling fruits to audio cassettes and tapes. Once his cassettes business started to grow, he then thought he should get into cassette production business himself. On 11 July 1983, Kumar founded Super Cassettes Industries Private Limited, which is doing business as T-Series till date. The T in the name stands for Trishul, which means the trident of Lord Shiva. He was a very religious man and a devoted worshipper of Lord Shiva. Gulshan also started a free Langar Seva at Vaishno Devi, which runs till date. He was drawn towards music and began producing devotional songs. He initially sold the songs on cassettes in local markets and they became hugely popular in India. Kumar went on to produce many hit songs and albums, which established him as a prominent figure in the Indian music industry. Even though initially T-Series made religious songs, under Gulshan's leadership, T-Series soon diversified and became producing music for Bollywood films. The Indian music industry was going through a significant shift during Kumar's time, with a surge in demand for film music. Kumar saw the potential in the market and capitalized on it by producing music for Bollywood films. T-Series gave opportunities to a lot of new undiscovered talents at that time, which later on became names everybody know, such as Sonu Nigam, Kumar Sanu and Anuradha Paudwal.
जब मुझे पहली बार मिले तो ही आइडेंटिफाइड कि इसको मैं यूज़ कर सकता हूँ। फिर मुझे बुलाया गया तो उन्होंने मुझे फर्स्ट चीज़ देखी और बोला, वो कोहली तो कह रहे थे कि आप छोटे हैं, आप तो कुछ ज़्यादा ही छोटे हैं। तो उनका ये मेरे लिए फर्स्ट डायलॉग था जो मुझे आज तक याद है। फिर मुझे कहते हैं, आप चिंता न करो, आपको मैं सपोर्ट करूंगा, आपको चिंता न करो, मैं सपोर्ट करूंगा। और फुल ऐसा बोलने से ही आदमी की हिम्मत बन जाए।
Not just singers, but T-Series also gave opportunities to music directors. One such famous duo being Nadeem Shravan. T-Series got its big break in Bollywood music when it got music rights for the movie Kayamat Se Kayamat Tak. T-Series sold over 8 million cassettes. Its first Bollywood movie as a producer was Lal Dupatta Malmal Ka in the year 1989. Next in line was the big hit Aashiki, whose music broke all the records and it sold over 20 million copies. It was after this movie that within a few years, T-Series became a huge name in the industry, capturing over 65% of the market, leaving behind Tips and Saregama. Gulshan Kumar's mindset was a big contributing factor to the immense growth of T-Series. He not just gave opportunities to new talents in his films, but also made sure that his cassettes were sold at cheaper prices than others. T-Series had aggressive business strategies at that time, which also created enemies for Gulshan Kumar. Not just the competition, but also underworld's terror in the film industry was rising. Many producers started getting threatening calls from the underworld, including Gulshan Kumar. He was provided a bodyguard by the CM of UP, Kalyan Singh.
तो ये तो इस चीज से सब इंडस्ट्री में बहुत एक क्या बोलते हैं, बहुत डर गई थी इंडस्ट्री उस वक्त।
कि फिल्म जगत में क्या हो रहा है और क्या क्या घटनाएं घट रही हैं।
Nadeem Saifi of the Nadeem Shravan duo fame also started pressurizing Gulshan Kumar to produce his album. According to the statement given by Krishan Kumar in court, Gulshan Kumar told Nadeem that he was a good music director but not a good singer. He didn't have a good voice. However, keeping their relations in mind, T-Series released Hai Ajnabi, in which a few tracks were sung by Nadeem himself. The album proved to be a flop, and Nadeem blamed Gulshan Kumar for the album's failure and said that he didn't promote the album properly.
धोखे पे आके धोखे दिल पे सहे रो रो के मैंने रो रो के।
Gulshan then refused to release any more songs of Nadeem Saifi, and the relationship started turning bitter. Meanwhile, Gulshan kept getting calls from Underworld. On 5th August 1997, he received a call from Underworld Don Abu Saleem, who reportedly said, "वैष्णो देवी में लंगर तो खूब खिलाते हो, कुछ हमें भी खिलाओ." Abu demanded 10 crores and even mentioned Nadeem's name during conversation, asking Gulshan why he didn't promote Nadeem's album properly. After this, again on 9th August, Abu called Gulshan and demanded money. He also said Gulshan didn't go to the police yet, which means he is taking Underworld too lightly and that he will have to face consequences. Gulshan's friends suggested him to go to the police, but he refused as he believed police won't be able to do much in the case. 3 days later, on 12th August, Gulshan Kumar, just like every day, went to visit Jiteshwar Mahadev Mandir in Jeetnagar, Mumbai, where suddenly he felt a gun pointed at the back of his head as he came down the stairs. His bodyguard was on a sick leave that day. Gulshan turned and saw 3 men standing with guns in their hand. One of them was Abdul Rauf, aka Daud Merchant, and the other was Abdul Rashid. Abdul Rauf said, "बहुत कर ली मंदिर में पूजा, अब सीधा ऊपर जाके करना," and started firing. A bullet grazed Gulshan's head, due to which he fell, but somehow tried to run away. He even tried to get inside nearby house, but the woman present in that house got afraid and shut the door. Gulshan's driver tried to save him, but both his legs were shot. The killers ran towards Gulshan, who was standing near a public toilet nearby, and started firing gunshots. A total of 16 bullets hit Gulshan's neck and back. Critically wounded Gulshan could no longer survive, and he collapsed near the toilet. After this, the murderers ran away from the crime scene. Gulshan Kumar was then kept to Cooper's Hospital, where he was declared brought dead. It was a high-profile case and police quickly came into action. On 30th August 1997, police declared Nadeem Saifi as a key conspirator in the case, along with Underworld Dons Anis Ibrahim and Abu Saleem. However, Nadeem somehow flew to the UK, never to return, and now has a British citizenship. In this case, owner of the Tips cassettes, Ramesh Taurani, was also arrested in October 1997 for conspiracy. Police claimed that Taurani paid 25 lakhs to Abdul Rauf and Abdul Rashid after the murder. A 400 pages charge sheet was filed with 26 names involved. The trial of case began in June 2001, and Bombay High Court eventually only gave Abdul Rauf a life sentence while releasing the rest due to lack of evidence. Taurani also got acquitted in this case later.
हमारी उसमें कोई इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं थी, वो पूरी दुनिया को पता है. आई डोंट नो आज तक कि ऐसा क्यों हुआ, बिकॉज केस पे कुछ दम ही नहीं था. तो आ गया सामने, दूध का दूध पानी का पानी हो गया. आई थिंक आई वाज framed.
Mumbai police appealed in the High Court against Abdul Rashid, and finally on 1st July 2021, he was also declared a key conspirator and sentenced life imprisonment. Regarding Abu Saleem, he was never tried in Gulshan Kumar's murder case, as he was extradited from Portugal, and only the cases due to which extradition was approved could be tried against him. It is one of the most high-profile cases in the history, and even though Gulshan Kumar died, his legacy lives in the form of largest music label in India, T-Series. Soon, T-Series will release a movie based on the life of Gulshan Kumar titled Mogul, The Gulshan Kumar Story. Thanks for watching till the end. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon.
सभी को